devil may cry.
My whole ass computer is busted, dude. Global hotkeys don't work anymore. Windows is bugging. Oh well. Good PC builder coming? No, I've been moving and rearranging my files lately because I needed to make space so I could reinstall Windows. So that'll occur soon. Probably on Sunday. Reinstall Windows. God, HD collection feels like ass though. For real. Could feel the input lag. I've had the Windows File Explorer crash a lot lately. Like a lot. Amazes me you can keep all these speedruns current in your head. Who says I do? I usually do all of them really poorly. At least compared to my own standards of like actually having played them recently. Like sure I don't forget where to go, but sometimes I do. I literally forgot where to go in the MC2. And I have hundreds, if not thousands of hours in all of them, so. I got like a 106 and Left 4 Dead 1. My PB in that is like a 42. It's okay though. I don't think I'll be able to afford Stinger, tragically. This mission 1 was awful. Still gotta get used to that input lag from HD Collection. Oh, I could, let's go. Nice. Yeah, HD Collection has like 1 frame of input lag. That OG PC port does not. Although HD Collection does have SOCO, which is cool. Let me take those. Okay, yeah, the character I'm playing as right now. It's my original character. OC, do not steal. What a release. How is no one's head fallen off yet? Yeah, Railguard is by far the best style to speedrun with. It's not even close. Doing runs with anything besides Railguard, like, it's basically the same thing as doing a run with no style. Just not using style at all. Because the level 1 and level 2 abilities of the other styles are just useless. Just completely useless. Whereas Railguard lets you do perfect counters, which lets you kill enemies, and shotgun cancel to do way more DPS, and also Giga Zip, which lets you skip like this whole level. No! I haven't had this happen in a long time. Yeah, I haven't had that happen in a while. That's funny. I fell out of the map. I zipped, but I didn't hit the zip correctly, so I just fell out of the map. I got soft locked. I haven't had that happen in like hundreds of attempts. That's crazy. That's pretty funny, actually. I hit the zip, but I didn't land in the right spot, so I just fell out of bounds. And then you respawn, like, where the elevator spawns in at the beginning of the level, but that's also under the map because the elevator goes up, right? So what ends up happening is you just get stuck in an infinite loop of spawning out of bounds and then falling out of bounds. That's why the lock-on angle is like really important. So that when you do the zip, if you go out of bounds, you land back in bounds. XD. Pretty easy to avoid, just need to not do that. Just don't miss the first one and then it's free. Ah, there you go. Easy peasy. Just don't miss the first zip and then you're chilling. Your ex invited you to a football game? X's are X's for a reason, stay away. Stay very far away. In fact, you're no longer allowed to like football anymore. That's how far away you must stay. Will you upload CSU matches? I really wanted to share that insane match. Maybe, I was thinking about it. I was debating on whether or not I should. I can upload highlights like I was doing for CSGO, but it does take a while to edit. Probably take like an hour to edit a game. I guess it just depends on like if people are even gonna watch them. The CSGO ones did okay. That was like 1,000 views. It's like what the speedruns usually do, so might be worth. Might be worth. Still experimenting with what I want to do for CS content. The cute anime guy, he's good at old PlayStation. Hey Aphrodite, how you doing? This is next because I had a toxic female friend who was jealous and making up stuff about her. Since I knew the friend better, we split. Oh, so you're the toxic ex. It'd be that way sometimes. It'd be that way sometimes. Maybe you should go then, dude. I don't know. Are you still friends with that toxic female friend? Nah. Sounds like you should take the olive branch, my friend. Sorry, you probably weren't actually asking for advice. Just flexing that a girl will talk to you. We don't really know what that feels like here.
Oh yeah, thanks for the support. Celeste behaves for 23 months.
Yo.
Very bad.
Thank you so much for the 23. General Kenobi. Yeah, we're speedrunning right now. We speedrun. There's one thing I've learned in my life is that X's are X's for a reason. But if you were the toxic one, then that's a lesson for her to learn, not for you. That sounds like a her problem. Nice. Goodbye. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I do in like the highlight channel, but I'm definitely not gonna do that just to upload a regular ass game of CS. That's way too much work for no return. The best I would do is I would just cut them down so that I remove all the downtime in the game and it's just the frags basically. Just the frags or funny moments. Oh, I don't have level 2 roll guard. I think I can zip. I forgot. Oopsies. My ass beat, goddamn. Speedrun's gonna be uploaded on YouTube later. Yep. I always upload every run I ever finish on the archive channel. Gonna need to head to bed soon, so I'm gonna head out. Word, Andy, appreciate you. As always, have a good night. Have a good one. I get to go get fitted for a suit today because I have a wedding next weekend that I'm going to. I look good in the suit, man. They had to elongate the sleeves a little bit, which is why I gotta go test it out. But I got monkey arms. The orangutan arms, dude. Tomorrow, probably some sort of RE4 challenge run or something. I don't know. That was the idea. Ideally, I would do a challenge run in RE4 remake, actually, I think, but I don't think the game is set up yet. I need to reinstall Windows. Maybe I do that today after I finish the marathon. Just reinstall Windows and then to get everything set up. I was thinking about trying the no reload challenge in the RE4 remake, but I don't know if that's even possible, to be honest. What's up, Amia? Finished your thesis yesterday. Yo, congrats. Yeah, I took a little bit of a break from CS. Get back to the more normal combat a little bit. I beat Robert. I'm at 11,500 elo now. So I'm not in a rush anymore. Still gonna play a lot of CS though. Favorite DMC weapon? Nevin. Yeah, I gained like 1,500 elo yesterday. It was a good day. Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, I'm still like desperately addicted to CS2, but I gotta do my obligations and shit, you know. Still make some other content as well. I make the skin. I paid someone to 3D model it, and then I paid a different person to port it into the game. Maybe take way more damage in the remake? Yes. And also, the big thing is you can't get more ammo by upgrading capacity in the remake. So, I don't even know, like, does anyone know in RE4 Remake, can you get more ammo by selling and rebuying your gun? If you can't, then it's impossible for sure. I think you can though. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed, Raiden. Thanks for giving it a shot. CS streams are fun, man. I'm having a good time when I do it. Well, guard just trial and error. No, there's tells to tell you if you guarded too early or too late. If you guarded too early, then your guard will like break and like shatter. If you guarded too late, then you got hit, obviously. Nice loophole. Woo! Come here. Are the recent DMC games good? Nope. I don't think so. What I'll probably do is I'll probably do like 3 or 4 hours of speed runs or a challenge run at the beginning of the stream, and then end the stream with CS2. Or honestly, the other way around would probably be better because CS2 does better with a European audience. God, that input lag. I get used to that. Oh man, that joke. The input lag is so bad on HD collection, dude. Jesus. Wait, that's trial and error? No, it's not, because you have a tell. Like, the game tells you when you block. That's like saying that learning how to play Guitar Hero is trial and error. Like, the game is telling you when to press the button. By that definition, everything is trial and error. You try and it don't work. The game tells you your error after the fact. Yeah, it's true about everything. Platforming is trial and error too, then, I guess, because you either land on the platform or you don't, and you figure that out after you press the jump button. Like, you can literally describe everything as trial and error if that's your definition of it. Trial and error implies there's no way to like intuit how it's supposed to be done. I mean, it's like purely random, essentially, like just random guessing until you get it. Oh man, that was bad. I'm super low on orbs. I think we have different definitions of it. Okay, name something that's not trial and error. And I'll tell you how with your definition it's trial and error. Surgery, there is no trial and error, hopefully. Sitting on the toilet? Yeah, you try to sit on the toilet, and if you miss, then obviously you missed the sitting on the toilet. It's trial and error.
Let's start the party.
How do you know where the toilet is? You just try to sit down, and if you land on the toilet, then you did it correctly. The reason it's not trial and error is because it's skill based. Like you could see the toilet, there's a tell where the toilet is, and then you use the contextual clues to be able to, like, you know, accurately put your butt on the toilet. But that's the same thing with something like a Royal Guard, right? Like, you can tell when the attack animation can be parried and what time you need to press it at by attempting to do it. Okay, but by doing it over and over again, you get used to the timing? No, you only need to do it once to know when the timing is. Maybe like 2 or 3 times. But how do you know where the how do you know how to accurately sit on the toilet? Like, you gotta practice a couple times. You attempt to sit on the toilet. Alright, like when you ever watch a little kid try to sit on the toilet for the first time? They miss that shit. Like, saying something is trial and error implies there's some element of, like, not being able to, like, it being, like, somewhat random, or, like, you're not able to deduct through the context, like, where it is. Okay, you name something that isn't trial and error? Most things are trial and error. When you very first play Minesweeper, it's trial and error. I'm applying your definition of trial and error. My definition of trial and error is something that is legit just random and there's no tell for it. Like, if we play a game where you're like, guess my number 1 through 10, and I tell you a number and you pick a number at random, like, that's trial and error. So there's no way for me to know and pick up patterns based on, like, you know, what number you picked previously or blah blah blah, like, what number's gonna be in the future. It's just random. It isn't random, but it's hard. But, like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Like, trial and error is not a level of difficulty. Trial and error is just due to a lack. If something is trial and error, it's because there is a lack of context, which is making it possible for you to deduct how something is supposed to be done. Like, if you have to trial and error your way through a boss fight, that's because the boss isn't giving you enough info on how it's supposed to be beaten. Because if a boss is well designed, then it gives you enough context clues that you can learn how to beat it by just, like, playing it, and you don't have to just randomly try stuff. Like, you can intuit what's effective by just looking at the boss or just by playing a bit. Like, I assure you that, I don't know, like, here's a good example, like, Cerberus's ice on his face. You kind of, like, can intuit it, you know. You're not just, like, trying every random attack until you realize, like, oh, the ice breaks when you shoot it. I mean, some people might have done that, but, like, you don't have to do that, you know? Like, it can be intuited just by looking at the boss fight that you have to shoot the ice off. How the hell did you find that zipline glitch? I was watching the speedrun of the game, and the person who I was watching did it. So through the power of YouTube, I didn't discover shit. It had already been known before I started running the game. If you die to a boss a single time, it automatically falls under trial and error. Yes, because I've tried and then I failed. What he means is there's this thing, you fail a lot in an attempt and he call it trial and error. You're really good at the game, but still miss perfect parries. Yeah, yeah, there's nothing to do with what we're talking about though. But it's not random. Like, it's not like I don't know when to parry, for an example. Like, I'm not just guessing. I can tell by the attack animation when the active frames are gonna be. Like, that attack right there is perfect. Like, you can intuit when you're supposed to block for that attack, because the floor turns white. That's the attack, right? It's not like I'm just guessing. You can still do it wrong, sure, but how do you figure out how to do it correctly? Not by just guessing. By calling it trial and error, you're implying that the way you do it correctly is just guessing. Like, calling it trial and error implies that the only way for you to understand when to do it correctly, or like how to do it correctly, is by just trying and failing and then just like taking the data from that failure and then trying again. But that's not at all true, because you take other external things into consideration, like what the attack animation looks like and stuff. Like, it's not random. It's not like, okay, like, here's an example. An attack that was truly trial and error to parry, you would not understand when the active frames of the attack are at all by just looking at the attack. Like, let's say there is no attack animation whatsoever, so you literally can't deduce when the active frames are. Like, you just take damage. There's no animation tied to it. Like, how do you figure out how to parry that? Well, it's trial and error. You just have to guess, right? You guess, and you just keep guessing and failing until you get it right eventually. But that's not how anything in this game works. The timing of rail guard is timing and error. No, it's not, because you can intuit based on the animations when you need to block. Like, there are many attacks that I have blocked for the first time ever on my very first attempt. It's not that I just got lucky and timed and like coincidentally timed it right. It's like I read the animation and timed the parry correctly because I was reading the animation. If it was just trial and error, there'd be a virtually 0% chance that I hit it on the first try. You can still get it wrong? Sure, yes, but that doesn't mean it's random. You never said it was random, but by definition, trial and error implies a sense of randomness or a lack of external context. That's literally what trial and error means. Like, colloquially. Like, when someone says something is just trial and error, that means that you just have to just throw attempts at it, and there's no other way to deduce how things work. I guess, like, as an example I could think of for trial and error, it's like trying to learn how to dodge an attack that has a hitbox that is way too big and totally impossible to read based on the visual cues alone. Yeah, exactly. Like, because you cannot read the visual cue to understand where the hitbox is, because the hitbox is way bigger than the actual visual cue. You have to just use trial and error to figure it out, because there's no read for it, right? Like, the use of the phrase trial and error implies a sense of randomness, or like a lack of external context. Yeah, that's the literal definition, but that's not how the word is used at all. That's not how the phrase. That's not how the phrase is applied. When people colloquially say trial and error, they're implying a sense of unreadableness or randomness. The definition is lacking context. I'm saying that's the definition, but that's not how it's used colloquially. Like, people don't use it in that way when they're talking about mechanics like that.
Is that it?
Shall I agree or disagree? No, I'm correct. That's all good though. You could be wrong. That's fine. You're just wrong, but that's fine. Like, you can be wrong. I'm not gonna be that upset about it. Like, okay, so if you're actually going to use that definition of trial and error, isn't it a completely worthless definition? Because that's just literally problem solving. It's not a word. Like, trial and error as a phrase is definitionless, because that's just iteration, right? Like, it doesn't mean anything. If you use trial and error to describe your process of like actually problem solving something, it's like, how did you problem solve this? Oh, by problem solving. Right? Like, well, I'm saying that definition of the word problem solving. God, we're so fucking stupid. Holy shit. Nice response. Yeah, essentially. Okay, here's a good example. All right, if you're trying to solve a math equation, right? You're like solving for x. There's two different ways you could solve for x, right? The first way is the trial and error way, which is you literally just guess random numbers for x, and then you plug that number in for x, and then solve to see if it equates. Or you could actually do the math and, you know, move x to the other side and blah, 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 and figure out what x is properly. But like, just guessing randomly with no context, random numbers for x, until you find one that eventually works, is a perfect example of why trial and error is essentially has to do with lack of context. Because you're not using the context clues of the rest of the equation to solve the equation. It's literally random. That is the trial and error method of solving an equation. It's just plugging random numbers in until you find it. No, using theory and seeing if it's right is literally not trial and error, though. You're not solving through trial and error that way. You're using a dictated method. You're using the external context to solve the problem. Trial and error is literally just plugging in random numbers until you get one that works. Hence trial and error. Oh, why am I not doing the new strat? I'm wrong. Shall I agree to disagree? That's literally what it is, though. You can't disagree with that. That's actually what people mean when they say trial and error. But you have 1 health to die. Bro, how's that on a release? There we go. Because otherwise, trial and error means nothing. If that's not what trial and error means, then trial and error means just problem solving. It's not a descriptor for a type of problem solving, it's just problem solving in general. It's like a useless word that means nothing. Or phrase, I guess. Because it's just redundant. It's a descriptor that describes the descriptor. But it's not any different, you know? And it'd be like calling NASCAR races car NASCAR. It's like, yeah, car is already implied in the word NASCAR. Bro, but like, you're just wrong. You're just wrong. How, like, what's the fault in that logic there? If that's what it describes, then how is it a useful term whatsoever? No, I want you to elaborate. How is it a useful term if that's what it describes? Trial and error is an Noun phrase that refers to the process of trying various methods until you come up with the correct solution or desired result. So literally just problem solving. So it's a useless term. See, I don't think that definition is accurate because whenever someone says trial and error, that's not what they mean. They mean a specific subset of problem solving where you are doing a specific method, which is essentially, you know, trying to find a solution without having proper context or like without using proper means. Just essentially random chance guessing. Now, what it is that people use the phrase trial and error incorrectly, and over time it became your definition, I guess. But if enough people are using it that I could just genuinely not know the proper definition, then is it the definition that's outdated or what? Because I feel like a colloquial use of the definition is more useful than the proper definition. No, we're going to argue about this until the end of time, even if everyone agrees with me. Because I like arguing. I mean, that's just how language works, right? Like, it just evolves over time through use and, like, common shifting. Like, it's used in a slightly different way by one person and the other person uses it that way, and then... If we're gonna debate this, I want a third-party person that knows nothing about DMC3 or Royal Guard. Please. I respect your demands, but I refuse to give them to you.
Let's start the party. Let's start the party.
Okay, but generally, so to bring it full circle, the reason why I said it like that is because in my experience, when people use the phrase trial and error, they're using it to complain about how they aren't able to intuit what they're supposed to do. And it is marketed as a bad thing.
Come on.
Like, so when you say that it's just trial and error and you just gotta play Cerberus over and over again, that makes me think that you're criticizing the boss fight for not having enough readable, like, stimuli to be able to learn how to play the boss without just guessing. Which is why I was like, whoa, 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 that's not true, because favorite game moment, you know? That's the whole reason I brought it up.
Do your job.
Yeah, I understand that that's not what you meant by it, but then it turned into a semantics argument. I love arguments. So, you know.
Come on.
What? I mean, semantic arguments are the most fun type of arguments because the stakes are really low. You're literally arguing about definitions, right? So like, it's fun, right? Oh man, that's funny. Being technically correct is the best kind of correct. Semantics is amazingly fun. Yeah, dude, it's great. I love semantics. Yeah, of course. I mean, even if I'm completely wrong, chat's just gonna agree with me. That's the best part about being a streamer, is that everyone will gaslight me into thinking I'm correct, even if I'm not. You know. It's all good. Chat's too afraid to disagree with me because I'll yell at them. Yes, worship me.
Is that it?
Good ball fight, actually. Doesn't even matter if you're right, like what changes in the world, true, but makes you feel good on the inside. Dude, agree to disagree is the dumbest shit ever, actually. I hate that. It's like, no, you just don't want to argue anymore. I mean, you know, agree to disagree is fine if it's about something that's subjective, you know, but like linguistics is not subjective. But if it's like, you know, this game is better than that game, then yeah, like agree to disagree is fine, right? But apparently even Dark Souls isn't a trial and error game. Well, that's like one of the biggest criticisms of Dark Souls from people who don't like it, is that it's trial and error. But like the counter to that is like, no, there are very obvious tells and reads for when you're supposed to dodge and attack and stuff, right? So like you can learn it. That it's like, you know, fair. Agree to disagree also can't be demanded of something. It's something that has to be consented to. Yeah, true. That is non-consensually going to agree to disagree you. What are you gonna do? Although he could just stop arguing. There's nothing you could do. You can't make him argue back. Actually, you can make him argue back. You just have to be inflammatory. If you bait them hard enough, they will come back. Like you said something crazy, like pineapple belongs on pizza, and then they're back. Just when they thought they were out, you pull them back in, you know? Like. Nice emote. Okay, y'all have heard the pineapple on pizza argument a million times, so there's no point in having it. But, real talk, if you can't just eat a plain cheese pizza, you don't actually like pizza. Don't at me. Chat, when is the last time you had a regular cheese pizza? Do you even like pizza? Or do you just like toppings? If you put milk and sugar in your coffee, do you even like coffee, or is coffee just like a venue for milk and sugar? You got a point, though. weeks ago I had an only cheese pizza based. Cheese pizza enjoyer. Just don't, whatever you do, don't abbreviate cheese pizza. Ketchup on pizza is just extra tomato sauce? Alright, that's cursed, JC. Coffee that has anything other than grinded beans in it is not coffee. Bro, I know. My girl said she loves coffee, but she always comes home with like a fucking caramel frappuccino, pumpkin spice latte bullshit. Looks like she got back from Dairy Queen. Literally yesterday, she comes home with all a frizzy drink like that, and she's on the phone. And I was like, oh shit, she got a fucking... I was like, dude, she got a Oreo shake, dude. Hell yeah, I'm gonna have some of this. And like, as I'm picking it up, she's like, no, that has coffee in it. You won't like it. I was like, son of a bitch. But I thought I was about to have an Oreo milkshake, but no, it's got coffee in it. I'm like, this literally, I thought it was a fucking Dairy Queen, like, milkshake. It literally looked like one. Like, this is a coffee? Are you kidding me? Everyone should go to Little Caesars and order the waifu special, a plain cheese pizza. It's good, dude. I mean, not for every time, right? You don't want it every time, but like sometimes. Just to get a little bit of a palate cleanser. A nice cheese pizza. $1.5 million creamers and you still have the audacity to call it a coffee. I know I did. Real talk though, after she drank that coffee, she was way better at Clone Hero, so definitely had caffeine in it.
Come on.
Alright.
She was rocking out with a cock out, you know what I'm saying? Pizza with 4 different cheeses, does that still count as a cheese pizza? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a strat that no one does, but it is a strat where after the first fight, you wait for the rocket and then you gold release the rocket and instant killer. Saves like 10 seconds or something, but it's insanely hard. No one's done it in a run yet. Trial and error? No, 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 no. It's just a skill issue. Well, I am Jamaican and I enjoy pineapple on my pizza. Is pineapple on pizza really like the topic that's gonna bring the cultural relativism into the spotlight right now? Is it okay to like pineapple on pizza if you're from Jamaica? Is that what the difference maker? Jamaican be crazy. All right, that was fucking stupid, Valthier. I feel offended at myself for laughing. That's so dumb, dude. Why am I laughing at that? That's stupid. Oh, I need to build release. Oh. Can I even go backwards here? I've never tried. Oh, you can. Augers. Do the spikes still go? Aw, no, they don't. Tragic. Oh shit. Looks like I'm gonna be a little low on money. Oh, actually, big brain. I'll use the secret mission. Oh, I don't want to go back. I need drill guard. I need drill guard so I can get enough orbs from this to be able to buy the holy water for Arkham. I hate pineapple and I hate pizza, so adding both doesn't make it a positive. Bro, you hate pizza? What the fuck? It's literally carbohydrates, cheese, and tomatoes. Two of those are quite literally some of the most addictive substances known to man. And the other one is a fruit. No, that's just the route. Like, you just have to do that in this route. I was supposed to build the release earlier on the specs, but I didn't. I forgot. Does he know that cheese is a carb? Holy shit, are cheese carbs, actually? I thought that dairy was not carbohydrates. I thought it was its own thing. Cheeseburger is more addictive. Okay, but cheeseburger has cheese on it. And it has carbs on it. Really, like, if you just put tomato sauce on the cheeseburger, it's basically a pizza. That's the crazy thing about Italian cuisine. Like, they make everyone think they're all fancy and shit, but they literally just know how to rearrange 3 ingredients. That's not how it works, though? Okay, then why do pizza, spaghetti, masticholi, lasagna all taste the fucking same? This is delicious. No one complains because it's delicious. But it's just carbs, tomato sauce, and cheese. That's it. You guys have fucked up taste buds? They all taste the same? They're literally the same ingredients, just arranged slightly differently. What do you mean? Tomato, cheese, and carbs equals pizza. Dude, pizza is the only food so good that you have pizza as an appetizer for your pizza. Cheesy garlic bread dipped in tomato sauce. That's literally the ingredients of pizza. A calzone is literally just a pizza folded in half with like slightly more cheese in the ratio. Like the ratio of the 3 ingredients is slightly different depending on what the food is, but like a calzone has more cheese than tomato sauce. Bro, every stream is a pizza stream. It's like my whole diet. I'm literally eating fucking pizza right here. Okay, but what do you call... If cheeseburger can't be pizza, then what do you call a pizza with Italian sausage as a topping? It's literally got hamburger meat. Oh, I guess sausage isn't hamburger meat. I've seen pizzas with hamburger meat on them, though. Actually. You wouldn't make it to The Godfather 2? Yeah, probably not. Pizza with a spoon and fork? Well, it's actually masticholi, but same ingredients. Just rearrange. This just even cooked in the oven. It's a baked masticholi. Ouch. Ouch. Has no one mentioned the gabagool yet? No, they haven't. Remember someone got really mad at me for eating pizza with a fork and a knife? It is sacrament. Mmm. Pizza. I love pizza. Some countries people frown upon you for eating pizza with your hands. Not in the only country that matters. USA! 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 The pizza literally has a built-in handle. Pizza comes with a handle, dude. If you're not using the handle, you're disrespecting the chef. Yeah, send a clip, go ahead. Bro, what the fuck is a kilometer? True. Okay, but also like, yeah, pizza comes with a handle, but like, why do people be eating the handle though? Chad, do you eat the pizza handle?
Is that it? Let's start the party.
The crust is the best part. Bro, you just like breadsticks. You don't even like pizza. Yeah, go ahead, Sammy. Best part is the pizza box. Delicious. The handle is edible, so why not? Okay, here is my rationale. All right. Here's my rationale. So the best part of the pizza, we can all agree, is the part with cheese and tomato sauce and carbs, right? So why not? You only have a limited amount of space in your stomach, right? Like, I can only fit so much pizza, so much food in my stomach. So if I only have like, you know, 50 units of space in my stomach, why would I not use all 50 units of that for the good part of the pizza? Right? Why would I waste like 10 units of the 50 units of space by eating carbs? By eating the crust, I mean. Right? When I could use all 50 units of my tummy space to fill it with the good part of the pizza. You know what I mean? You have the smallest stomach ever, doesn't matter. Not true. If you are not full after you've eaten the entire pizza to yourself and leaving the crust, you did not order a big enough pizza. That's not an excuse to eat the crust. You should have just ordered a bigger pizza. GG.
Am I being defeated?
Are you gonna have leftover pizza if you don't leave leftover pizza? Order a bigger pizza.